Ryan Kelly is always thoughtful, and he's always complete in expressing his thoughts. When we get a chance to catch up with Ryan Kelly, it's a good thing because we learned something.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole offense, I think that whole room, I'll start with Minshew because he was the first one that was here before when I got here, and I thought his just commanding leadership and his ability to go out there and just, put it all on the line every day, I thought that was incredibly impressive, still for a young guy in the league. And then obviously Anthony's been a little quiet, but that's to be expected. I mean, I'm sure his head's spinning a little bit, but certainly what he can do physically on and off the field has been great. And, he's obviously taken a lot of, responsibility, and that comes with that huddle. And so he's going to make mistakes, and I think you kind of look at how you respond from that, and he's done a great job so far. And then Sam has just been, he battles every day. And I respect that the most out of that guy.
Anthony's only 21. Is he showing his age?
Yeah, I think he turned 21 like 10 days before I turned 30. So not sure we're the same life goals, but it keeps me young too. I mean, and that's kind of what I think people have to remember is, the guy's 21 years old. You don't step in and play like an all-pro right away. But I think his preparation and what he can do physically, that's why he's here. And obviously what he can do off the field, because I think he's learning that position comes with a lot of scrutiny, comes with a lot of responsibility. That's that's something learned over time.
Ryan, the team breaks now. Obviously, you'll come back together for training camp. Over your career, how have you learned that these next 5 or 6 weeks, you can't just completely let everything go out of your head, can you?
No, I mean, I think when we talked to the guys at the end is like, you definitely need to get away. I mean, it's 17 week season. It's a long season. So I was taking a vacation with my family, get away. But, the fine balance of, working hard, making sure your body's, correct. But also, we just put all this work in for the last 3-4 months. Physically, you're gonna have some rust to knock off when you get back at Grand Park. But, how can we come back with the same mental focus that we left with as far as learning the offense, picking things up and playing 5 as 1. I thought this group is going to do a great job of that.
Do you feel 30?
No, man. I feel 21. No, some days I feel 30. Sometimes I feel like I'm 19 again. So it's good about having a young team, man. Keeps you young.
What's it been like having Tony Sparano in the coaching spot here?
He's been great, man. That was, from day one he got in here. He said, I coach a little bit differently. I believe in having a relationship with players, and I thought that was my biggest thing for an offensive line coach coming into this was how do you rebuild 5 guys that play together after the last couple of years have not gone our way. So from day one, that's what it's been about, man. That offensive line room, this how sacred that is to come into that room and feel like you can talk to your brothers about anything. And he's done a great job of that, and he's just been awesome, man. I mean, he demands the most out of you. He doesn't kill you. An individual, he's not going to turn this into conditioning tests. He wants you to actually get better at your craft. And I think the guys have really responded well to that.
You talk about that 5. You've got you, Quentin, and Braden, who have been here for a little bit longer. So between Bernard and Will, where have you seen their growth here into this point?
Yeah, I mean, they certainly got some great reps last year, playing in a couple games each. And, it's tough. I try to look back when I was a rookie, and I was very fortunate to play every game, and certainly where I was at, week 1 to week 16 was a little bit different, you know what I mean? And so I think those guys have done a great job in developing this offseason, whether that's physically, mentally, seeing the game a little bit easier. And obviously it's tough when you come in year 2 and you have a entirely new offense and new coaches, but that's the way the league is, man. I think these guys have definitely taken a step maturing-wise, and then every year you're in this league, you become a better pro.
That's Ryan Kelly. Always fun to talk to Ryan Kelly and catch up with him. He's always got interesting thoughts about his team, about camaraderie, about 5 playing as 1, all of that stuff. And he says that Tony Sparano Jr. is getting that done with this group.